Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. And I have two Irish whiskeys, blended Irish whiskeys. They're both triple distilled and they're both 40% alcohol. This is Trader Joe's Special Reserve Irish Whiskey. Trader Joe's, founded in 1967. Now, did they always have their store brand whiskey since 1967? I don't know, maybe. They've only been around here for 20 years. Bushmills Red Bush, introduced in 2017, but it has been discontinued I think about 3 years ago, they discontinued it. It was aged 3 years, although I think the website said 4, but the bottle says 3 on the back. This was produced in Northern Ireland, by Proximo Spirits, and it's aged in ex-bourbon barrels, so red. Bourbon is nicknamed red whiskey, red liquor, so the Red Bush. Okay, I don't know if it ever caught on because it wasn't long after it came out, we started getting super discounts on it. First time I got it for $9.99. Then once again, another store had it for $9.99. And I was selling it for $23 to $25. Still not super high, but $9.99. Now, when I kept seeing that $9.99 price, I said, I bet you they're getting rid of this. And it has been discontinued. So, too bad. Now, the Trader Joe's pours golden. That's a golden whiskey. Now, who makes it for them? I don't know. I heard information saying that it's believed that it could be Cooley Distillery. It is believed that it could be. Yeah, and we don't know definitively, though. Could be somebody else. Could be Bushmills making it for. No, it couldn't be Bushmills because it would say Northern Ireland in the United Kingdom, not just our Republic of Ireland. All right. Squared off bottles keeps them from rolling off the table, and you can fit more in a case when you ship them. And it's beautiful embossed bottle with all the molded glass writing on there. This one is golden, but it does have a little red tint to it, I guess, from like bourbon barrels. But it's so close, it's not very different at all. Now, Crybaby was smelling the whiskey, but she didn't drink it. Now, with beer, she smelled the Miller High Life and she started licking it and the natural ice. So she does like beer. I got to watch her because I know that's not good for a kitten or a fully grown cat. I know dogs like beer too. Okay. No age statement on the Trader Joe's, but we know it's at least 3 years. Let's see. When did Trader Joe's begin to sell liquor? I'm sure AI can't find that out. It says Trader Joe's began selling liquor, specifically focusing on California wines and hard spirits in the late 1960s to early 1970s as part of its pivot to specialty retail. By 1971, the company was actively offering wine, spirits, and health food. This Business Insider article indicates. By the early 1970s, alcohol was a staple alongside health foods and other niche items. The selection grew from selling popular brands to developing their own private label spirits, such as bourbon, according to this Food and Wine article. So, yes, Trader Joe was a real person, Joe Coulombe. let's see. I'd like to read this whole article later. Switched to private label in 72. Okay. Bell ringing started in 75. Aldi bought them in 79. Okay, well, I'm going to read this article in a little while. That sounds very interesting. From Tasting Table magazine. All right. Michael says, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Michael. Clinking the mugs. All right. So, hey, maybe they have had Trader Joe's Special Reserve Irish whiskey on the market for 50 years. I know Winn-Dixie's been having them for 50 years or longer. I took a nap, then woke up, and here we are, says Brewski. Here we are. Smells like grain. Smells like fermented and distilled grain. Great minds think alike. Isn't it true? Smells like grain with a twist. Irish whiskey with a twist. And the twist would be what? The bourbon barrels, ex-bourbon barrels. Now, is that rare for Irish whiskey to be aged in ex-bourbon barrels? I don't think so. But this one is, this one over here is exclusively aged in the ex-bourbon. I guess people were like, okay, big deal. And the sales weren't that great. So they cut it after only 6 years. So there's only 2 blended Irish whiskeys that they show on their website right now. The original and the Black Bush. And then all the rest are single malts, which, like I said, I've never had. But I'd be curious to try them at some future point. I went to Walmart today looking for Irish whiskey. They had Jameson, and that was it. Many different varieties of Jameson, I have to say, but they got rid of all the rest. And you know why? No sales. Or maybe they made a deal with Jameson under the table. We'll only sell your stuff if we get the deal. And they were like, you got the deal. Exclusive sale. All right. Had a lot of different Scotch brands. Yeah, it tastes like the Trader Joe's with that oakiness, kind of a little bitiness. I give it a B, like about an 87 out of 100. This one has a creaminess to it, cream, like sugar cream, like they make fondant from. Or put in the, which is they use inside the Cadbury eggs. That's what it tastes like. Fondant is sort of like a paste, like think of like paste when you were in elementary school, but it's sugar, and it has a granulated texture to it ultimately, but it has that creamy taste, and this one has that creamy taste. Now, price point, I don't know I know what Trader Joe's is $14.99. I bought it. I was there at Trader Joe's last week and it was $14.99. I could see if Total Wine still carries the Red Bush. They most probably do. Probably have a lot of back stock of it. Probably take years to sell off the remainder. Oh, I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. They don't have it. Well, what do you know? Let's check Walmart. But I know Walmart you say about $24. Bushmills. Only thing they're selling is regular Bushmills, and it's out of stock. Like, I think they're cutting it. I think it's going to stay out of stock. Let's just do a general search. Bushmills Red Bush. Total Wine has it in Cinco Ranch, Texas for $23.99. Yeah, that's the price. That's the general price. Yes, that's the general price. So it's an inexpensive Irish whiskey, as Irish whiskeys go. They tend to be a little high. The kitten is relaxed now. You relaxed, huh? She was nervous earlier because somebody came over here to do some technical internet work on those televisions and Wi-Fi, and so she was hiding inside the couch, not under the couch, inside the couch. She found out there's an opening in the back of the armrest. She can get inside the armrest and sleep in there. It's her hideout. It's a little apartment. But she's up on this soft towel now on this cardboard box, which is pretty soft. And then I put a floor mat, a cotton floor mat, placemat down there. So she likes that. It's her little daytime bed. And she's very much like, I think cats are creatures of habit. Like they're habitual. During the day, she got to sleep up there. If I go to work, she goes inside the couch because she's afraid, I guess, because I'm not here. When I get home, she'll come up from underneath. I don't know how she's going to fit under there when she gets too big enough. She got to go to sleep at a certain time at night. She insists I do it and then wake up at a certain time. But unfortunately, she tries to get up at midnight. It's like 12 midnight and she's doing this on my face. Go to the other side. Come on, get up. I'm like, no. I don't feel like getting out of bed. I'm exhausted and play with you. And you can get, if you feel that on your cheek, or if I notice she's trying to nag me, I can look before I look at the clock. I know it's going to say midnight. It'll say 11:45 or 12:15. I just know it. All right. Well, these are a tie, believe it or not. These are very close. I would say the differences between these two is virtually nothing. So obviously I would not pay more, but I did not have to pay more. I paid less for the Red Bush. I told you the both times I tried this. I'm sorry. Both times I bought this, which was like 28, like in 2019 and then 2022, it was $9.99 per bottle, both times. And that sounds like a lie. It is not a lie. David bought a bottle for himself both times, and then he bought a bunch of extra bottles the second go round because I said, I think they're going to discontinue it. And he said, I'm jumping on that. So he bought like about 6 bottles to give as Christmas gifts. He said, everybody likes Bushmills, and I don't have to tell them I got it for $9.99. I say, you don't have to do that. They're going to look it up. After you give them the gift and you go home, they're going to look it up and say, oh, $23.99. He bought a quality product. He didn't buy $8.99 100 pipers. And by the way, 100 pipers has basically disappeared from Louisiana. I used to see it everywhere, and now I see it nowhere. I don't know what happened, but it's gone. Maybe they lost the contract with Shivers Brothers. It could have happened. Like maybe Heaven Hill no longer has the contract to bottle it in the United States. Maybe it disappeared from the whole United States because it always be on the shelf. And it was always cheap, like $8. It was kind of smoky though. Kind of like a little bit smoky. But I know Heaven Hill bottled it. It was produced in Scotland by Shivers Brothers. But Heaven Hill had the contract to bring it in, bottle it, and sell it. But maybe, well, like I said, maybe something happened. Oh, no great loss. I liked it all right. It was nothing special, but I always wanted to try the 100 Pipers 12-year aged, but I think they only sell it in India. India, really, true story. I'm going to say this is the Red Bush. It's a little creamier. It is a little bit better. And I'm glad because I paid $5 less per bottle. Both times, $5 less. Oh, how you feel played? Yes, I feel very played because this is the Trader Joe's, which I preferred. And I'm so distressed that I got it wrong. And that's just not right. No, I got it wrong. I don't know what to say. I have a loss for words. Um, but not for long. I'm ready to talk again now. No, man. No, but what did I say when I first tasted them? I said they almost identical. I said that. Go back and check the video. They're almost identical. So if I got it wrong, well, it's like you flipping a quarter and you say heads. I know you got tails. Oh, well, 50-50 shot on that. Oh, United States Postal Service. Don't those Postal Service Jeeps have a distinct, or whatever those vehicles are called? They have a distinctive motor, don't they? The engine makes a distinctive sound. No other vehicle makes that kind of sound that they make. I like to hear that. They must have a very durable track record, right? Those vehicles must be very durable. The engine and transmission to be able to just go stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, never really go fast. Just go stop and go all around town. I know there was this guy, he might still have the contract. There was this guy up on US Highway 61 here on over there, independent gas station. It sells pure gasoline, not ethanol, pure. And that's where I buy my lawnmower gas because that ethanol gasoline destroyed my other lawnmower engine, ruined it. But I would always see the postal vehicles over there. If he was changing the oil, rotating the tires, maybe changing spark plugs, it was always at his independent gas station. And I said, boy, that must be a big contract for him because you can imagine all the post office vehicles just in this town of 28,000 people. And so that would have been interesting that he got that contract. But anyway, that you know, you hear that engine, you hear that motor, you know it's the post office. All right. Anyway, so I got it wrong. Now, the next time I come back onto this, probably Thursday, maybe tomorrow again, but I doubt I'll do a double up because this is counting for Wednesday. But I have what's coming up next? I have Teeling small batch. Well, of course, Trader Joe's has no chance to beat Teeling small batch. There is an impossibility in that case. So I'm telling you before I do the video, I'm telling you ahead of time. There is no way I will confuse Trader Joe's with Teeling Small Batch from Teeling Distillery of Ireland. Secondly, there's no way Trader Joe's can match up to it. That's not going to happen. So the third point is if you want to skip the video, go ahead and skip it. I wouldn't take offense to it because you say, I'm not going to watch that. You know the outcome is already determined. The outcome is already determined. So it's not going to make a whole lot of sense to watch it. I'm just telling you now, trying to be preemptive to you, preemptive with you. So I have Doohan's coming up. Well, Doohan's and Trader Joe's kind of on the same level, but Doohan's was $19.99 till Walmart got rid of it and sold it for $9.99, and I missed the boat on that because I had to pay the full price. I think all my patty is gone. All my patties is gone, but I got 2 gingers, which is only double distilled, 2 redheads, the man's mother and his aunt or something. But really good product, and I can still find that for $15.95, $15.49. Oh, been on the market since 2011. That's a good product. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. I have that one. So I have the Teeling. I got the 2 gingers. I got the Drum Castle. I have a bottle, but I don't think they sell it anymore, but I have it. I'm glad I got it for $14.99 before they cut it. It's a shame. That was a really good product. Maybe they still have it. I don't see it anymore. I got the Kavanaugh, which is from pretty famous company. And maybe 1 more, 2 more. So I got to get on the Scotch. So I have a single malt Scotch coming up. Trader Joe's, once again, Trader Joe's single malt. I think it's see, I did the rum cask, right? I did the bourbon cask, and I think it's the Marsala. But it's one of those 3. I bought 3: the rum cask, the bourbon cask, and the Marsala. I think that is what it is. Finish, and they weren't really very good, but they were cheap. I can't complain because I bought them for such a low price. But and then I gotta go buy some more single. Oh no, I have that great single malt that I got the greatest deal in the world on it. Yeah, and then I got some blended Scotch, the Song of Ice. You say Song of Ice? That's from that television series on HBO from like years ago. Exactly, it's from that HBO television series from years ago, Song of Ice. And Johnny Walker did a collaboration with HBO and made the whiskey, and it's been off the market. That thing has been discontinued for so long, it's not even funny. But right when they were getting rid of it years ago, I found it, and they were selling it for not $40 like it came. When it hit the market, it was $40, $41. No, Star was selling it for $14.99. So I bought the Song of Fire and the Song of Ice. And it cost me $29.98 for 2 bottles of Johnny Walker. And that is the deal that you will never beat, assuming they're good. Now, the Song of Fire was really good. I've heard bad things about Song of Ice. But we'll see. I'm going to be open-minded. Do something says cheers to you. Cheers back to you. So then we're going to go into brandy. Well, brandy, I got a cognac. But that'll be around in the summertime or spring, late spring or summer. Cognac, Omega. It's called Omega. The Omega Men. Remember, there used to be wasn't there a Marvel comic book that lasted about 3 months called Omega? I remember when that came out, I was like, what is Omega? And then it disappeared as fast as you could say. Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean, but betwixt the 2 of them, they licked the platter clean. And they had Firestorm, I think. Firestorm, wasn't that? Or from DC. But they used to put out a lot of new comic books in the 1970s, and they would never last like 6 months. It'd be gone. A year, it'd be gone. Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy. That lasted 6 issues. But then the man who created it quit the company and he was doing work for Hanna-Barbera. But that was actually pretty good. I got all 6 issues. All right, well, y'all take care now. Bye-bye, everybody.